Yo, what's going on?
Wild thing, I think you moved me. But I wanna know for sure. Every time I kiss you, I taste what other men had for lunch. The only thing that gets you off is to see me in pain, but I think I love you. You make my heart scream. You took everything.
Took everything.
Oh, wild thing. Wild thing, I think you moved me. It just came to my mind. I thought I'd say that. You made me trust you, then stuck the knife in my heart. You're a lying, unfaithful, untrustable tramp, and I think I love you. You make my heart scream. You took everything. Oh, wild thing. Oh, we all got some kind of wild thing that went through our lives and made it hell. Cause everybody's had one, you, me, nobody likes to lose. And you know she's out there laughing at you. I don't care if it was last week or third grade. Someone broke your heart. What was her name? I'll never forgive you. How do you live with yourself? You never loved me. You used me. I'm just sliding her gas truck and taste your own blood. Why didn't you tell me you were a demon from hell?
Endurance. Yeah, baby. Still going through the metal piles. Still cleaning as many records as I can, as fast as I can. How's everybody? So yeah, yesterday I took a night off. I tapped out. This fucking COVID's a pain in the ass, I tell you. Still feeling it. It's not even that it, like, kills you or nothing like that. I mean, in my particular case, listen, I'm double vaxxed and I'm boosted. And I'm going to get a second booster, like, next month. But it was just one of those things where I'm, like, exhausted all the time. And after being, like, 5 or 6 straight days of exhaustion, it's like, what the fuck, man? I'm always tired. So, I took a nap right before the show, which, I mean, is a normal thing, right? I take like 6 o'clock until 7:15. It happens pretty ordinarily, you know? And I realize it's like, I don't want to get up. I can't get up. So, just thought to myself, it's like, well, if I'm really this tired, let's see what it gives me if I just sleep as much as I possibly can, so I was hoping that would do the trick. I'd wake up and I'd feel fresh again, you know? But no, here it is. Still got the sinuses, still got a tiny little bit of a cough, still got that stupid headache, the sinus headache. Just annoying enough to be annoying. Just sticks around just enough. It's crazy. I've never felt anything like this, you know? It's like, you know when you catch the flu? The end part of the flu? That's supposed to be over after after one night's sleep. The end part of the flu lasts 4 days. That's where I'm at. It's like the end part of the fucking flu, 4 days in a row. It's like, Jesus Christ, man, let go already. See? Take your foot off the pedal. Be less careful. What happens? You get sick. You know? I mean, it is that. I mean, I would say in my case, just didn't think about it anymore. I'm feeling all right. Everything's good. We're outside. That's when it catches you. Yeah, maybe I should take some Tylenol, eh? See, that's not a bad idea. I'm just not used to, like, grabbing pills for everything. I don't get headaches too often either. Maybe, you know, 5-6 times a year, so I haven't gotten sick in 5 years. Like, I don't get sick. So, yeah. How about you guys? Sounds like everybody kind of got hit up over the last little while. Well, here we are. What songs am I going to play? Well, I got to play Metal Andrew's song. What did you request from yesterday, Metal Andrew? I have it in the list. I'll definitely get it for you. And a bunch of other things. I really didn't get a whole lot done yesterday. Warzone, yeah, it's here. I'll get it for you. I don't know if Roxy's here yet. Roxy in the room, but Roxy put in a request for some Run the Jewels yesterday, and I didn't do a show yesterday. So, it bugged me that I didn't do a show. I was kind of proud of the fact that I worked throughout the whole thing. I'm sick and I worked. You know? But then it came down to, hey, you know what? Maybe the reason I'm not just really getting better is because I'm not doing the big sleep, you know? So I did that. You know when you sleep so much you got bed sores practically? Like you can't sleep anymore because whatever position you turn in, your body starts hurting because you've been lying down too fucking long? One of those things. Didn't do it. Didn't make the difference. So what did I do? I got up, watched the end of, I think, the third or fourth episode of the first season of Twin Peaks. I like it. I also understand why I didn't get hooked to Twin Peaks to begin with. It's a series that's not, for me at least, it's not one of those series that's kind of like makes you, oh fuck, I gotta watch the next episode. I gotta watch the next episode, you know? Like one of those things that hooks you like that. And I gotta be honest, Stranger Things was the same thing for me. Stranger Things didn't hook me until the other one, until the next season, right? It's more like a series of movies with a theme, with a running theme. I mean, I like it, I do. But I don't feel like I'm watching a series. I feel like I'm watching a series of movies. Pretty weird. The last one I saw is with the little person. The midget, the dream. I'm listening to them call him a midget. Thinking to myself, oh fuck. Don't call anybody a midget now, they'll fucking hammer you. I mean, whether it is that you mean it in a bad way or not, and my assumption is that nobody does, but it's considered a derogatory term now. So, I will abide. I don't know any little people, though. So, maybe I'm safe. All right, folks. Eric the actor, exactly. And yeah, and what's with the weird way that they talk in his dream? That was some pretty weird talking. I liked it, though. I'm going to watch the rest of it, but again, I don't feel like, oh, I have to watch it. Like, what am I going to miss next? Who actually killed Laura Palmer? Like, I'll be honest, 3-4 episodes in, I don't give a fuck who killed Laura Palmer. Like, I don't. All right, let me watch another David Lynch movie. That's what it's going to come down to. You know? It's not the kind of thing where they're just kind of like dripping on you little parts. It's like, oh, okay, I wonder what's going to find out what we're going to find out next episode. Not at all. It's like you watch the end of the episode and it seems like David Lynch doesn't give a fuck if you watch next week or not. The one with the really funky carpet, the black and red carpet. I loved it. I love that carpet. See, Sonorum Dub maybe has it. It's just, he doesn't give a fucking. Why should he? He does what he does good. Mulholland Drive. I loved Mulholland Drive. Very, very much so. Thanks for your subscription, Pagan Wizard. All of you. Thank you for your subscriptions to the channel. Those of you who are subscribed. It does make an enormous difference. I'm going to try to get through them. I might play some bad metal for you. Likely going to play some bad metal. But I want to be able to play other stuff too. The thing when you get like a ton of records all at once like that, as much as people think, oh, it's amazing and everything, look, the truth is that to me, just getting them isn't the thing. You got to listen to them. And when you get 400 records or 300 records or how many it was, I mean, it's got to be something like that. You don't have the time to absorb the material property. You know? And what winds up happening is all the records that I bought kind of took a little bit of a back seat now. I don't like that. I bought these records. I like these records, so I have been pretty dead on the social media side of things too, because I don't feel good, number one. And number two, because I really don't like doing the social media thing. So I do it when I can. So I listened to a couple of records as I was cleaning records today. Liked them a lot. They were both Sub Pop records. So I thought to myself, hey, let me snap a quick picture. And I did. And those are the records we're going to listen to now. Those of you who want to know what I'm talking about, visit our Instagram page, the fastest growing. It's actually shrunk. I don't understand people who follow and then unfollow pages. Like, I don't get that. I mean, unless you're a bot. But I don't get that. Are you a fucking follower or not? Which one is it? Do you like looking at records or not? Doesn't make sense. I saw some kind of meme yesterday, which is so damn true, and it reminded me exactly how pathetic I kind of think things are right now. Meme was really simple. You remember there was a time when you weren't taking a picture every day. Or you remember a time when people weren't taking pictures every day? Something like that. Every fucking day. Pictures. Pictures. I hated taking pictures when it were... Oh, pictures. So I have a question. All of you guys that take pictures of every part of your life, all those meals you take pictures of, do you ever just go back and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to spend a couple hours looking at all the old pictures I took. Does that ever happen? Exactly. It doesn't happen. Like at the very least, when there were picture albums, you'd go through the photo album and the photo album was put together and you'd go take a look, sure. But who the fuck goes through their fucking pictures on their phone? Oh, let me look at all these pictures. Oh, look at that. Wow, my God, supper 3 weeks ago was the bomb. Ah, shut up. I don't even believe you, Rachel. You're lying to me. You gave me so much oxygen, I took off the wrong record. What we listened to just now was a band called Deliverance, part of the big metal thing. I liked it. But I was talking about Sub Pop, wasn't I? The best part of Wednesday's show was that person who said she was a millionaire. Yeah, wasn't she the best? She was my favorite kind of millionaire, too. A millionaire who uses 10-cent excuses to get out of paying $2 a month. Those are the most credible millionaires of all. The only credible thing about her being about her story about being a millionaire is that she was a fucking asshole. And every rich person I've ever met is a fucking asshole. So that's the only part that actually rung true to me. I mean, it doesn't matter if she did or not. It's the fact that they think that they're going to engage you in a conversation over it. It's $2. If you want to be a patron, then be a patron. Chat's for patrons. You're not a patron? Okay, be our guest. No problem. If you like it, then be a patron. It's simple. The choice is yours. But you're going to have to start engaging in a conversation. Please. I mean, it's nonsense. And then you're rude for saying so. I mean, what do I know? Maybe I'm too grumpy for this. Am I grumpy? I'm curious. Those people that have actually met me, am I grumpy? Would you describe me as a grumpy person? Many of you here have met me now. So, you would know if I have that overall allure of grumpiness. I'm going to play some music, okay? This next album, I'm going to get the Tad. Because I need every Tad record. Maybe not the live one. I don't care for live records too much. But I am missing 2 Tad records, and I absolutely need them. So, that's coming. And before that, a record that I have been on and off the fence about on whether it is that I should finally buy a copy on vinyl. I love Afghan Wigs. Afghan Wigs is my favorite band of the 90s. Afghan Wigs Gentleman is very likely my favorite album of the 90s. So, I mean, I've seen them a couple of times. I'm a big fan. Follow Twilight Singers. I follow Greg Dooley's career. I'm a fan of what these guys do. The first album, it should be said, is very different than anything else. The second album is halfway between what they were doing on the first album and what they would go on to do later. But the first album is probably the rawest of all, Up In It. And I had it on CD. I'm very familiar with it. And as I'm collecting all of the albums from Afghan Wigs, that's the only one that I've asked myself whether it is that should I finally just bite the bullet and buy myself a copy? And finally, I decided that I did. I played it today and I realized, yeah, I'm happy I did. I do like these songs. So why don't we do a Sub Pop 2-piece, okay? I'm going to play you some Afghan Wigs and then follow it up with some Tad. And your request is Roxy here yet? Well, no, Roxy will say hello when he's here. I got to play him as Run the Jewels. What else do we have? Gonzo put in a request for the Kinks. Village Green Preservation Society. Hell yeah, I could do that. All right, let's do this first, okay? Here's some Afghan Wigs.
Television's gone. I'm alone with Lucifer.
I said something that might not be altogether true. I said that if Tad didn't have all the legal trouble that they had, I think they would have been huge. I'm not sure about huge. They would have been bigger. I think they would have been part of the grunge conversation a lot more, maybe, than they really are. Because they were supposed to be the big guys. And then all of a sudden, they got sued for putting a photo that didn't belong to them on their cover. And then they got sued by Pepsi for using the Pepsi logo on the song Jack Pepsi. And when you're a young band, that's not going to fly. The label basically nearly went broke. The lawsuits fucking crushed any momentum. And it sucks because I really like Tad. And he's a good guy too. I mean, he's gone on to, have a career in music type of thing. For a good while, he drank a lot, went into full-on alcoholism, was really angry dude. And then it seems like he finally Tad finally kind of just came to grips with everything. Started fucking around with other bands. Opened up his own studio, Witch Ape Studio, which is his big thing. Had a band called Brothers of the Sonic Cloth. I'm sure he's had other bands too, but you find your place. And I'm glad because I always did enjoy what Tad brought to the table, All right. I'm going to play some rock and roll here, some metal. I'm going to finish. The last song on the set is going to be a band called Whiplash, which is, they're fairly well known. I mean, in metal circles at least. But I'm going to play some Whiplash. Before that, middle of the set is going to be a band called Sanctuary, which I really like quite a bit. Sanctuary was kind of a bit of a pet project of Dave Mustaine. He really liked them, and he produced their first album called Refuge Denied. I don't have it. I'd like to have Refuge Denied. It's a good record. And he took them on their first tour. They released 2 albums and basically imploded, disappeared, which is too bad. I really liked them. So we're going to hear something from an album called Into the Mirror Black, which is a record I was into back in the day. Maybe some of you guys were into as well. And before that, we're going to start off with Warzone. Some New York hardcore. This is picked out by our man Metal Andrew. Warren Dane, yeah, that's exactly what happened. Thanks for reminding me, Metal Andrew. What wound up happening is some of the members of Sanctuary went on to form the band Nevermore. That's kind of power metal. I don't have any Nevermore records, though. Used to have CDs. One of the discussions on our, on our server, on our Discord server, was cost of records. I think it was Lorem who was complaining that if you wanted the new Saba record is like $45. And it kind of brings us to the fact that vinyl is kind of almost not sustainable anymore, it feels. Shit's gotten expensive because materials gotten expensive. So, I mean, anybody who's seen, and I'm sure all of you have, on new records, you've seen that the prices have gone up basically $5 a record across the board. There ain't nothing you can do about that. Materials have gone up, the band has gone up, supply has gone down, shipping costs more, everything's a fucking mess. So, the inflation hits all of us, But yeah, man, when a band's selling $45 records, it's, I'm sure there's going to be somebody who's going to argue the other point and say, hey, you know what? I mean, back in 1960 or 1970, records cost that much, and if you take the cost of living index and you do that, then it's the right price. I know. I've priced all that out, and it's true. But, maybe it's me who looks at it differently, and I'm pretty sure that I don't look at it altogether in the most realistic manner possible. Like, for me, my entire thing was records need to be affordable for a kid with a part-time job to buy them. That's always been my thing. If a kid can't buy records, then you've lost the plot. If it's become the kind of thing where it's like you have to have a lot of money to buy records, then you lost it. And I think that was the case for the most part, but I think, honestly, the fact that they're giving shit away for free now kind of completely destroyed that argument. Because honestly, kids want music, you don't even have to buy it anymore. You can get it for free. Just wait and listen to a few commercials on Spotify. You know? So, maybe that argument doesn't work anymore. The argument that records have to be affordable for kids. Maybe that argument never fit in the first place. Yeah, you see, Metal Andrew came up with a good point. Well, actually, so did Pizza Boy. Locals have to mark up records like crazy to make any profit. Yeah, they're actually not marking it up more than before. It's just, it costs them more. You know? A record that used to cost me $28 now costs me $33. I've seen it. Like, I'm collecting the Brown Acid series, right? The Brown Acid series were always $27.99 at my shop. Now they're $32.99. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to call Pete up and yell at him? Hey, why are you selling your records more? It's like, I know why he's selling his records more. I totally know. That's why, man, all of these guys, they want used records. Used records is fucking gold to them. Because at the very least, you can buy a used record and you can charge double. You can make, you know, your money back on it. So, don't be surprised if you have a bunch of your local stores that are like just actively looking to buy up collections. I mean, I got one guy over here. We actually passed right by his record store and we didn't go in. This guy has a little record store called Phonopolis. He looks like one of the Flanders kids. You know, the one with the fucking afro? He looks like one of the Flanders kids. And this guy annoys the fuck out of me every time I go into his store. So I just decided never to go into his store again. On at least 2 occasions, I go into his store and he asks me if I have any records to sell him. On another occasion, he tells me that, yeah, you know, it's like, I wish I could get more records, but it's like I can't afford them. So he's telling me about what he can afford and what he can't afford. And then the straw that broke the camel's back is he tells me, as I'm trying to make a purchase, he asks me if I have any cash on me by any chance. So you put all of those things together, and you've just ruined my experience of going to a record store, and I don't want to go to your record store anymore. I've known the guy 10 years. He's always been a bitch. Yeah, petroleum costs more. I mean, everything costs more, you know? Well, Rachel, one thing that you're seeing a whole lot more in terms of alternatives, and you are seeing it 100%, so much so that they're marketing it, is they're marketing recycled vinyl as eco-friendly. Look at you, the eco-friendly. And what they do is they just basically take all the trimmings that they take from records that they make, they melt all that shit down, and they make more records. So, recycled vinyl is very much a thing. Whenever you see eco-friendly, that's what it is. They're giving you all the throwaways, melting it down. It's been argued that stuff, that recycled vinyl is actually even better. Now, I don't know if this argument is true or not, but it has been argued that recycled vinyl is even better because vinyl somehow retains a memory. I don't know what the hell it is, but something like this. It retains some kind of a memory so that when you recycle it, it's more conducive to something or other. Now, is any of this true? Fucked if I know. But I expect the vinyl industry, I expect the vinyl format to keep changing as time goes on. One thing that we are seeing, you're probably hearing it, CDs have made a comeback. People all of a sudden are looking at their CDs like, hey, these things are fucking good. I mean, they're not as good as vinyl, maybe. They're smaller and all the rest of this, all the reasons that we left CDs to begin with. But it's like, hey, you know what? At least I own the fucking thing. Some people are beginning to realize that even a CD is better than streaming. You know? They cost a whole lot less. You can get a CD for $10. You can't get a record for $10, that's for sure. You know? Yeah, cassettes have popped off since forever. Cassettes are kind of simple. Why are cassettes like that? Because they cost nothing to make. You don't need a special machine or anything like that. People can fucking dub their own cassettes, so it's just anything that's conducive to do-it-yourself is going to attract punk bands. Is going to attract bands who don't have money. So I dig that. I'm not sure I ever liked the cassette format, though. I don't understand the cassette format. You play a cassette long enough, you know what winds up happening to it? Winds up stretching to shit. Winds up sounding bad. I know, I've done it. Alright, I'm not sure why it is that I got into the format conversation, but... Oh, because we had a conversation about it on the Discord server, that's why. Alright. Why don't we do this metal thing? We're going to hear some Whiplash, some Sanctuary, and we're going to start off with Metal Andrew's pick from a few days ago. Thanks so much for being understanding that I wasn't able to play it for you then. And thanks, I missed yesterday. Sorry, guys. It happens, Not often. I don't like missing. I don't like it at all. But I thought that sleeping in would make me feel better, and maybe not. I don't know. All right. Here's some Warzone.
That's all I do.
Some Whiplash.
Downside, you can be alive.
Here's some Sanctuary. Into the Mirror Black, first song, first side. Sanctuary. Into the Mirror Black. Nobody remembers this? I mean, I guess you got to be of a certain age also to remember it, but among the more proggy of the metal people, really got into this band when it came out. Like I said, these guys were a pet project of Dave Mustaine of Megadeth. Took them on tour, produced their first record, and now they don't exist anymore. All right. We're going to go into some hippie shit now, okay? What do you say? To the 60s? Then I'm slowly going to get into some ambient type stuff as well. Dr. Gonzo put in a request for some Kinks. What a lot of people consider their favorite record, or at least one of their favorite records. The Kinks are the Village Green Preservation Society. Great, great record. First time I ever heard this record in its entirety was at Amon Tobin's house. This is another one of those records that I got to know through Amon. The song that stuck with me all the time was Do You Remember Walter? I found it such a strange little song. That's not what he requested. Dr. Gonzo requested the song right after that, right? But I want to hear Do You Remember Walter? So we're going to hear two Kinks songs. Before that, something that I bought in Glens Falls. Here, let me give you a close-up of albums. Those of you who don't know it already, this here, if you ever see it in the store, yeah. Those early Kinks records, man. It's the shit. They're really damn good. So, we're going to hear two from this. And before that, here's a record that I picked up in Glens Falls. Another one of those hippy-dippy bands that kind of never really quite made it. They had a single. What was the single called? Groovy Summertime. And that's what we're going to hear. And then I'm going to chill stuff right back down again and get to some Roy Budd, which I also bought in Glens Falls. And I think I might go to Twin Peaks also because I've been listening to it. And I got to tell you that listening to Badalamenti during the movie, it's amazing. It's actually pretty... I'll save the conversation for when I actually play it, okay? Happy to have all of you here. Happy to be here. Here's The Love Generation. How many of you are old enough to remember this? Anybody around in the 60s? Probably not, right? Welcome, new followers. That's Dive Bar on Twitch. I'm not going to play stuff that you know, maybe. I'm an old guy. I play old guy music. That's not true. I play a little bit of everything. All right. The Love Generation. Listen to this.
It's a groovy day. You're a groovy girl. Throw your cares away. It's a groovy world. So come on. So come on. It's groovy summertime and the sun is out. Do I have to tell
Hey, Mitch. How you doing?
girl what it's all about? The sky is blue above us. On the hill the grass is green. Everywhere you turn it's a loving scene. Do you know what I mean? It's groovy summertime and you're groovy too. Got a lot of good times I wanna spend with you. We'll have fun together, just walking hand in hand. Yeah, we'll have fun together, baby, and I wanna be your man. It's a groovy day, you're a groovy girl. Throw your cares away. It's a groovy world. So come on. So come on, it's groovy summertime and the sun is out. Do I have to tell you, girl, what it's all about? Sky is blue above us, on the hill the grass is green. Everywhere you turn, it's a loving scene. Do you know what I mean?
Mitch from Black Circle Radio with us. Hello, Mitch. Always happy to have you around, man.
Walter, remember when the world was young and all the girls knew Walter's name? Walter, isn't it a shame the way our little world has changed? Do you remember Walter playing cricket in the thunder and the rain? Do you remember Walter smoking cigarettes behind your garden gate? Yes, Walter was my mate, but Walter, my old friend, where are you now? Walter's name, Walter. Isn't it a shame the way our little world has changed? Do you remember, Walter, how we said we'd fight the world so we'd be free? We'd save up all our money and we'd buy a boat and sail away to sea. But it was not to be. I knew you then, but do I know you now? Walter, you were just an echo of a world I knew so long ago. Walter, if you saw me now, you wouldn't even know my name. I bet you're fat and married and you're
I love that. The way it just kind of ends abruptly. Such a good record. All right. What are we going to do? Look at us. We have Black Circle Radio with us, Mitch. Giving the kids a bath. Some of us have been there. All right. I don't mean with your kids, because that would be wrong. I mean, unless we're an uncle and everything's okay and we're just like coming over for Thanksgiving dinner. But even then, as long as it's not like Uncle Bad Touch, you don't want those uncles around. You know? The uncle who's on parole, you don't want him around, man. Hanging around the elementary schools with the elastic around his wrist that he snaps. Sam, why do you have to ruin everybody's family good time with these disgusting stories, Sam? I would say that I am the fun uncle. I like kids, man. And kids like me. I'm good with kids, I'm good with animals. Adults, it depends. Not necessarily. But, yeah. Actually, you know who was a little bit of a challenge to me? I didn't think it would be the case. Fucking Michael Blumpy's daughter, Adia, his youngest one. She didn't warm up to me as fast as I thought that she would. But I'm kind of good with that. I leave him alone, you know? It's like, yeah, don't worry about it. You'll come with me. You'll come along eventually, you know? And the thing with kids and animals, it's actually really the same thing when it comes to that part of it. It's just, you can't go to them. Let them come to you. Let them be comfortable. You know you got them when they're showing you their toys. Both animals and kids. You know? But there's no doubt, Adia eventually came around. All right. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that if, I see Rachel and Toby's kids. I was talking to Toby's kid when we were in San Francisco. I just know how to talk to him. I don't know. Yeah, 8-year-olds. 8-year-olds are easy. They're the best. Even younger, they're the best. Even teenagers. Only up to a certain point. Once they hit 13, then all of a sudden they reach a certain age where it's like they think you're a fucking idiot. Which, I mean, might be right. You know? All right. I bought some Harold Budd in Glens Falls. Very happy about it because I'm a very big fan of Harold Budd. I've played him before. He's worked with Eno, and he's all about that kind of chill vibe, you know? So, I most certainly want to be able to play it, considering I bought the damn record. But before that, in terms of thinking of what could fit with it, considering I'm talking about Twin Peaks because I'm watching it right now, it seems like the perfect thing. So, is my mic high enough by any chance, by the way? I think the mic sounds loud enough, but please let me know. We're still kind of... Atheum says, okay, thanks, Atheum. Watching Twin Peaks is, as I mentioned previously earlier in the show, doesn't feel like a series. It feels like a series of movies with a theme that goes throughout them. You know? So yeah, I'm on episode 4. You didn't ruin any spoilers, don't worry about it. But as I'm listening to it, right? Because their jukebox up to now in the first 4 episodes have made an appearance. And it's always interesting how the jukebox music is nothing you'd hear on any fucking jukebox. I mean, it's a weird sounding jukebox. Which of course is a good thing, but up to now at least, Everything that I've heard on the jukebox on Twin Peaks, I couldn't imagine on any jukebox at all. I mean, unless it's some kind of suicide club, then it's a different thing. It's like all fucking depressing. Instead, the way they make it seem is like this really pretty girl. It's like, oh yeah, I just love this kind of music. Maybe she does. I don't know. I mean, I wonder how much the show would have changed if the Norwegians actually stuck around. What happened if they actually bought some land there? Maybe the whole show would have been different. Did you ever think of that? The coolest thing about season 2 is every episode ends with a cool atmospheric band playing. Yeah, I'm into that. Like right now, basically everyone's crying about Laura. That's what I've noticed. Everybody fucking and when they cry about Laura, god damn do they cry about Laura. If you had to compare crying to taking a shit, this is like everybody who's crying for Laura has got explosive diarrhea. All of them. So I'm going to watch another episode tonight. I will play the Harold Budd, like I said. Yeah, another thing that I want to know is this fucking Laura Palmer. Is it just me who just doesn't give a shit about the fact that she died? I mean, that's supposed to be the big thing. Who killed Laura Palmer? I'm not sure I care. Every episode I watch, it's like, what the fuck just went on? I mean, I like it. I enjoyed it. But it's like, what's going on exactly? Yeah, layers will be peeled back. I'm okay with all of that. You know that. All right. So I'm going to play some of that. It may have played on a jukebox. It may have not. And then some Harold Budd. And I know at least 2 people over here are going to like Harold Budd. The rest of you are going to like it anyway. Maybe. We're going to chill out for a bit. Is that okay? Good. If you like what we do, new people, hey, become a patron. You can join this fabulous community we have for as little as $2 or $5 a month. Be our guest for today. See if it suits you. And if it does, you'll come back tomorrow and want to hang out. We like hanging out with people who dig the vibe. If you dig the vibe, we want you here. What a great cup of coffee, though, right? Everything's a great cup of coffee. Diane, is that who he talks to? Do you ever meet Diane? Or is that just the name of his tape recorder? Haven't figured that out either. Diane is in season 2, okay. not seen Nadine yet, no. Oh, can't you be true? Oh, Nadine, why can't you be true? And huckleberry pie. Don't forget the huckleberry pie. That's it. Harold Budd. I dig him. Look for his records as much as I possibly can. He's one of my favorite quote-unquote ambient guys. one of the early ones too, you know. Millington Design. Hi, Millington Design. Hi. How are you? Everybody good? Get the Pearl by Bud, Eno, and Lanois. I used to have it on CD. Don't have it now, but a little at a time, you know. See Bye Guy, how are you? Who did you see in March and seeing them again in October? Who are we talking about here? See Bye Guy, are you a patron? It's very important. If you're not, be our guest. But chat's for patrons. So, if you like it enough after being our guest once, step up and become a patron. I figure if it's worth coming back, then it's worth supporting and being a part of. Yes? Yes, of course it is. Sam, you're so right. There's the Patreon link. You are a patron, eh? I thought so. You're one of those guys that I haven't gotten to yet. You haven't been around in a bit? Well, you're around now, right? I'm glad that you enjoy the show enough to support it. It's worth supporting. I think so. All right, listen to me, folks. We're going to get heavy again. One of the records, one of the bunch of records that I've been happy to be getting is I picked up another two Akitsa records. Akitsa is my favorite black metal band from Montreal. Picked both of them up from Cheap Thrills, which is actually where I first came across them and where I met the singer for the first time and this whole thing. So there's a bit of history there, you know? History that was interrupted for a few years because I got thrown out of Cheap Thrills for threatening to bitch slap an employee. But now we're back. The divorce is over. You see? Love everywhere. Love is in the air. Every time I look around. Love is in the air. Every time you make a sound. I'm not sure if that's what the lyrics are, but they should be. Sam, you're such a good singer. I know, dude. Practice makes perfect. Listen, he's happy to have me back. I was one of his customers. Because of customer service, you're not supposed to yell at employees. He couldn't have me back because he couldn't have me back. I threatened to bitch slap his employee. So, you know, I had to I had to be put in vinyl. I had to be put in vinyl jail. I had to be put in Cheap Thrills jail for a bit. I took it like a man. No fucking problem. I understood. And Gary knows. It's like if I had to do it over again, I'd probably do it exactly the same way. So he's got no illusions about how I am. He fucking knows that when I did that, I meant it. It's just, he knows. Sam, you know you shouldn't. He never fucking had that conversation with Sam, you shouldn't. No. He completely understood why it is that I threatened to bitch slap the guy. He got it. It's just, you know. Employees aren't supposed to be dicks to customers, exactly. Especially customers that have been shopping at the fucking place longer than the guy who talked to, who sassed me has been alive on the earth. And especially not a client who's one of the store's best clients. You know what I mean? I took offense. And especially not in a store filled with people on, on Boxing Day. So please understand that I don't apologize for that behavior. I think that if he got thrown down the stairs, he would have learned a lesson. And I would have gone to jail. So I'm glad I didn't throw him down the stairs. You see? All right, guys. Let me play you some noise, okay? Some Akitsa, Montreal black metal. As far as I know, this is their first album. So, rock and roll. darns. Give your mom a blumpy dose. It could help. A blumpy dose, everybody. A blumpy dose for darns. A blumpy dose for Darnsy's mom. This is a Kitsa's first record, Metal Andrew. right, I'm gonna play the last song too. How many of you guys have ever heard Ikitsa anywhere other than this show? Likely not, unless you went out and looked for it yourself. Have any of you actually become Ikitsa fans since? Bought a record or something? I don't expect a resounding yes, you know. I know this is niche. It's alright, I like niche. And I play it. It doesn't mean you have to go out and buy it either. You like, you know? That's something that you don't. Sonora and Dub, I think I know you well enough to know that you'd appreciate Ikitsa, like any of them. I have, if not all their records, almost all now, and it's not your average black metal at all. It's quite good. I love it. I mean, obviously, if I had 4 Ikitsa records and I went out and bought another 2 kind of thing, you know. All right. Speaking of Sonora and Dub, it's almost a little avant-garde, noisy. Yeah, absolutely. The guy fucks with the noise part of it totally. You know? And like I said, I mean, I know the guy, right? The singer. Super nice guy, but he kind of like doesn't give a fuck. He's going to do what he wants. He doesn't care. He doesn't make music to sell 1 million copies. That's not why he does it. He does it because he likes it, period. I appreciate it, you know? What am I going to do here? Hey. Leroy. Where are you, Leroy? You wanted Gwar. My friend, you may have paid me in Canadian funds, but you owe me $3. Not $10 Canadian, $10 American. There is a difference. I know you didn't do it on purpose. I'm not accusing. I'm just stating. So, if you can put in the missing $3, I will be happy to play Gwar for you. Like, happy. So happy. Those of you who have looked through the archive have seen that I added a bunch of things that are actually not metal, which is almost a bit surprising because lately it feels like everything I've been adding is metal, because it has been. But Chris, Purple Haze, are you here yet? He sent a bunch of records. He sent pretty much every Monkees record I was missing, every Beatles record I was missing, and almost every Queen record I was missing. So he added like a good 4 or 5 Queen records to the collection, and I am now missing just one. News of the World. Once I got News of the World, I feel like I have everything that I need from Queen. You know? Yeah, dude, I added a lot of Queen to the archive. Go take a look, man. There's whatever was missing is there now, except for News of the World. So I'm going to play you something off the game. Interesting choice. There's a set from Sonora and Dub. Queen, the game. Then he went for a Gojira record that I just added, Live at Brixton. This actually, it just came out on vinyl for the first time this past record store day. It wasn't available on vinyl before. Now it is. So I broke the seal on that just now, gave the record a nice wash. And then we're going to go to some absolute classic King Diamond. Don't Break the Oath. Merciful Faith. Fucking awesome record. I don't know if you noticed, Sonora and Dub, but I actually got the No Presents for Christmas 12-inch now, too. I actually wanted that. All right. Let's start with some Queen, okay? Get your requests in, friends. Go look at the archive. Is there anything that suits your fancy? Your fancy. Go take a look. I might have it. Who knows? Queen Super Sheer Heart Attack. Yes, I do have that. And can I tell you what else, Muddy? I cleaned it up. That record is cleaner than you right now. It's cleaner than you. Fuck. We are going to play some more Queen then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish this set off with another Queen song because my boy Mud wants some. Oh yeah, we're going to get to some Merciful Fate. You can count on it, dude. And Gojira. Good music coming, all right? Here's something off the game. This is actually probably the first Queen album proper that I ever knew. Came out in the 80s or something like that. When did this come out? 82, I'm guessing? Maybe 80? 1980. I was 10 years old. First album I ever knew by Queen. Of course, We Will Rock You. But that's not the album. It's a different thing, you know? Darnsey wants Queen too. Now we got 2 extra Queen songs. If you guys want Queen songs, I can do a set of them. Now we got 2 extras, so. The Roy. This is fun. I don't know what you mean by this is fun, but I'm sorry I have to, make it the same for everybody. It's not about you. You know that. I like you. I like you fine. Here's some Queen. Who wants more Queen? Go right ahead. I'm down. You know what I wish I had, which I think is on the solo albums? Radio Gaga, Radio Goo Goo. That's not a Queen song, right? That's a solo song? Or if not, what album is Radio Gaga on? I fucking love the song Radio Gaga. Is that like maybe on Hot Space? I don't have that one either. I'm missing a few records. Radio Gaga is a freaking awesome tune. Okay, so which album? Maybe it's Hot Space. I don't have Hot Space. So maybe there's 2 records I don't have by them. That is actually one of my favorite Queen songs. The Works, I don't have The Works. Okay, so I'm missing a few albums. Another song that I really like from Queen, the song Innuendo. Innuendo is a beast mode song. Ooh, ooh. Come on, tell me you don't want to hear it now. Ooh, ooh. Who's got a 10? Who's got a tip? Here's some Queen. Let's hear it. Yo, YouTube, we gotta say goodbye, man. Come join us on Twitch.
Let's go! He walks barely down the street with the brim pulled way down low.
See you on Twitch.
Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns